So I wanted to do a little piece on depression and how to shift your mindset from a depressed mind state to a happy mind state. I realized that a lot of people are not quite at the point where they're ready to live their dreams. Some people are, they're ready to take that leap of faith, and other people would just be happy to be able to get out of bed in the morning and have a productive day. So I wanted to share with you some positive psychology techniques that can help change your reality and the way you perceive yourself. It's really important to reframe failure as growth. Instead of labeling setbacks as proof you're broken, ask, what did I learn from this situation? This builds a growth mindset and breaks the fear of failure loop. Another important technique is the small wins tracking. Depression magnifies what's wrong, and positive psychology teaches you to note even micro successes, getting out of bed, making a phone call, finishing a task. This creates momentum and self-reliance. So, it's really important to celebrate your small wins, and then you will encourage more big victories in your future. Strength-based focus. Instead of focusing on what you're the weakest at or what you're the bad at or what you were diagnosed as, focus on your top strengths and apply them to your daily challenges. Example, if creativity is a strength, use it to reimagine a problem instead of ruminating over and over the same thoughts and the same limiting beliefs. If discipline is your strength, use it to fortify your foundation and build, beautiful opportunities from your steadfastness. Broaden and build your perspective, okay? Positive emotions expand your perspective, and this practice deliberately helps you savor the moments of joy, humor, and curiosity, which widens your mental bandwidth. Hope mapping. Set a clear goal, map possible pathways, and identify willpower to stay on course. This shifts you from a helplessness or a victim mentality to agency and resilience. Depression often looks like in our minds that no, nothing matters, no matter what we do, nothing's going to change, we're always going to get the same results, the same situations. But positive psychology invites you to connect daily actions to bigger values like purpose, service, and growth. Suffering can transform into meaning and purpose, but you have to give it meaning. So instead of focusing on all the things you're doing wrong or not doing well enough, focus on how can I help? How can I be of use in my community? Can I volunteer? Can I clean up the creeks? Can I focus on my own personal growth, whether it be exercise or meditation or reading a book? Focus on putting purpose in your life and changing your perspective to an optimistic dialogue. You see, learned helplessness is something that we've ingrained as a pattern and a habit within ourselves. Oftentimes, depressed people explain setbacks as permanent, pervasive, and personal. But you have to train your mind to reframe this. It's only temporary. It's not for the rest of your life. It doesn't verify or validify who you are, or it doesn't affect your value as a human being and what you have to offer when you're going through a problem or when you've made a mistake. Flow activation. Depression thrives in stagnation, so engage in activities where you lose track of time. Music, art, exercise, problem solving. Flow states produce natural dopamine and counter the feeling of hopelessness. So get out there, walk in nature, dance to music, make art, really do some problem solving, brainstorming techniques, and write down the pros and cons of the situation, and try and find the best way forward with that type of solution-based mentality. Also, you need to visualize the best possible thing happening in your life. Instead of always visualizing everything going wrong, visualize, what if your life was amazing? What if everything you wanted to do was possible? What if you had a great day? You got out of bed, you took a shower, you brushed your teeth, you brushed your hair, you made your bed, you made some breakfast, you had some coffee, and you sat outside and listened to the birds for once, instead of getting caught up in that negative feedback loop that is so prevalent in many people's minds. And one of the last practices I want to share with you is the self-compassion practice. Instead of harsh self-criticism, treat yourself as you would a close friend. Now, you really need to be able able to embody these different positive psychology techniques on a daily basis and integrate them in your life so that they can bring you the happiness and joy and fulfillment that you really need. That's going to get you to the point where you're ready to live your dream life. The simple things is where they're trying to get to. So I want to encourage each and every one to get up out of bed today, have the best day of your life, and don't be afraid of making mistakes or, not fitting in or not relating to the world or not understanding the world. We all go through those phases. It's just temporary. So keep loving yourself and keep going.